Hey guys, Pre here. So you might be wondering what I'm trying to do here. So basically, because of all the YouTube copyright strikes and stuff like that, as far as music goes, I don't really feel comfortable about putting any sort of soundtrack or music to my time lapse videos. Unfortunately, though, that makes the videos pretty dang boring. So I kind of got the idea that maybe I could talk over them. I mean, you can either mute it and play your own music and watch the videos, or you can listen to me ramble about whatever nonsense I have to ramble about. So things I can ramble about is, I guess I could do the whole update about what's going on with me and my life, or at least the Art of Pre channel or Facebook page and things like that. As well as, I definitely thought it would be cool to do a Q&A type of thing. So if anyone has any questions, I'm probably going to post something on the Facebook page, or leave something open on Twitter, and you guys can start kind of sending me questions. Questions that don't involve demonstrations, though, not like, hey, how do I paint a tree or something. Just questions that are like, hey, how I'm going about this thing. How do you deal with like whatever artist block, or how do you deal with living in Seattle where it's raining all the time and stuff. I don't know, whatever questions that aren't too personal. You know, feel free to ask, and I can do a little Q&A during these little time lapse videos if anyone's interested in that. Um, that that can even go with as far as like advice if anyone cares about what my opinions are about anything, but I mean, that's available to you. But yeah. So so I guess we can start off with kind of what's been going on with Pre and what's been going on with me. Not gonna get like too into it, I guess, but well, I guess we'll see. But been very very busy with work. I did start a new job as a lead 3D artist for a VR company. Um, Doing remote work for them. They're in Canada while I'm still in Seattle. So that's been a lot of fun. Kind of doing new innovative things with the VR and stuff like that. So that's been pretty cool. Working with cool people, very very nice people. All the stereotypes of Canadians being nice is very true, or at least in this circumstance. So that's been a lot of fun. Um, some other things though, I did want to start some new cool things with the channel. I At least the Twitch stream. I wanted to do some more streams of me painting, as well as some more game stuff. A lot of people really enjoyed the duo stream with me and my boyfriend Chris, also known as Funky Bunnies on Twitter or his Twitch, as well as Supreme Funk on YouTube. He's a character artist in the video game industry as well. So people enjoyed us streaming together and kind of talking about industry stuff and industry standards, or different practices. Like I'm typically an environment artist and he's a character artist, so we have different opinions about how to go about things, because even though a lot of it is cut from the same cloth, different methods are kind of used in practice with those disciplines. So that's always interesting. He teaches me quite a lot of cool things. I attempt to teach him some things, but but I don't think I do as well. Um but with that, a lot of people loved the learning sessions that we did, where he was kind of going over how to do things in ZRush, and I was asking him questions, and a lot of people on Twitch were enjoying those sessions. And unfortunately, we didn't record them because we didn't think it would be interesting enough. So, lesson learned. We got a lot of feedback that people did actually enjoy those sessions. So we will start recording them and posting them up and having them available for people to rewatch them when they do have the time to watch. So with that said, we also wanted to do some duo gaming together. Thinking about things like Man of Medan, because we definitely loved the Until Dawn game, as well as there's some duo games that we're thinking about tackling. Definitely, we're a fan of Monster Hunter, so we're looking forward to the expansion, the Iceborne expansion with that, as well as A Way Out. And interestingly enough, Chris is one of the only people I know that has played Folklore and highly enjoyed it. And I was also a huge Folklore fan. Folklore is a game that came out, it was one of the launching titles for the PlayStation 3. Very, very pretty game. Pretty interesting. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically anime mixed with comic books, mixed with Pokemon, mixed with like Grimm's fairy tale stuff. Is pretty awesome. So we ended up getting like a card capture card. I don't know what you call them, but we hope to kind of stream that. And I guess we're on a mission to get other people to appreciate this game as much as we did. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one. Another segment I've been trying to get in the works here. And in the works, I mean, it's been a while. Me and a couple friends have been talking about doing this for a while, but have yet to get it going. We kind of want to start a little podcast called The Broadcast. And the reason why it's called The Broadcast is it would be me and two other female game developers, just kind of talking all sorts of shit about whatever random thing is on our mind. It could be about the industry, it could be about video games, it could be just about like anything that is just really dumb. We definitely babble on about, like, for instance, Korean dramas or latest animes or whatnot. So we say a lot of kooky things, hoping that can be a thing. So hopefully when we have the time, we can start getting in on that. So again, look out for the broadcast whenever that gets posted. So that might be fun. But yeah, as far as the Twitch streaming goes, I think that's kind of what covers what I had in mind to do. But I guess now we can kind of talk about why I haven't done it. So kind of circling back to more personal stuff. I made this big announcement and stuff about how I was gonna do all these Twitch streams. I was gonna paint more. I was going to play all these games. I was gonna do the podcast, and I was gonna get new stuff in the Etsy store. I was gonna get the Sugar and Spice cards going, more Street Fighter versus Disney smash ups and things like that. And right after that announcement, I just disappeared for a month. And the question is, why? Why did that happen? And so what happened was, beginning of September, like September 1st, maybe even like August 30th or something, Chris was hospitalized. He was taken to the emergency room, and he was there for a good portion of the week, basically. And he doesn't really want me to go into all the medical details and things like that. So what I will say is that it was pretty scary, the situation, but things cooled down. He was definitely safe once we got him in the hospital. And all the doctors and all the nurses were highly attentive. They were great. Eventually, the only stress we ended up having was more about like insurance, because apparently the hospital, the emergency room we had went to was out of network for his insurance. So we had to talk to a lot of people while in the hospital to get all that stuff sorted. So who knows how that's gonna play out, but he was eventually discharged, but the doctor still didn't know what was wrong with him, so they wanted him to have a follow-up appointment. So after we got the follow-up appointment scheduled and things like that, after a week of being home, and then he went back to work, then a good portion of the week towards the end of the week, I guess, he wasn't feeling good, and then he had another episode, and he was taken from work straight back to the emergency room at a different hospital. One that was in network, by the way, but yeah, he texted me that he was gonna go back to the emergency room. Not gonna lie, I freaked out a bit. So I had some friends rush me over to the hospital where I met up with him. Doctors there didn't know what was wrong. So once they had him stabilized, again, it was a bit scary in the beginning, but once they stabilized him and stuff like that, it was pretty much just waiting around in the hospital until he got basically answers. So the doctors eventually did find out what was wrong, and then they started, giving him prescriptions and doing more follow-up appointments and more tests and things like that. So that was good. But it took like another 8 days for them to figure that out. So again, the anxiety of just waiting around and not knowing was pretty hefty on us. But I mean, our friends were great. A lot of people visited. Some people bought him Switch games. He got like Breath of the Wild. He got like Link's Awakening and Fire Emblem. I'm totally gonna play Fire Emblem, by the way. So I'm playing that one. So but yeah, nurses were great. Doctors were great. Things like that. So once he was discharged, like he was definitely at a weakened state. So he's been recovering for the last week now at home, trying to get all those fluids in him, making him soups and healthy vegetables and things like that. So I hope he can get back to 100% as soon as possible. But, however long it's going to take, at least we know that it's definitely going to happen. He will get better. So I like to thank everyone who kind of was there for us during those times. Very stressful, but everything's going to be okay, and that's a relief. So once he gets back, I think we can start doing the whole Twitch stream stuff again, doing more like, I don't want to call it lunch and learns, but kind of, that whole duo stream stuff again that people enjoyed, where he kind of teaches stuff about what he does and things like that. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. It was a major, I guess, distraction, but definitely understandable one. So, thank you guys for your patience, and for those, who knew what the situation was, and always checking in, I appreciate that, and that's been really nice to know that I have a lot of people that have our backs. So yeah. I don't know what to say at this point. I guess I'll just sign off and say thanks everyone for listening. I hope that this little chat during the painting session was sort of interesting. I'm going to do a few more of these and see how it goes. Maybe people will find it engaging, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for listening. Pre out.